To everyone, welcome back to YouTube, and I am terribly excited. Just within the last week, the White House has put up with so much, and I'm very, very pleased to bring you excerpts from the first act, for the First Step Act. Like a moment of silence, and for you all to listen to your President of the United States.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. I'm thrilled to be back in the great state of Mississippi. We're here today to discuss a landmark prison reform bill called the First Step Act. So important. This legislation will help former inmates re-enter society as productive, law-abiding citizens, and it has tremendous support, no matter where we go. Tremendous support, beyond anything I would have expected. We're grateful to be joined by Vice President Mike Pence. Mike, thank you very much. Governor Phil Bryant. Phil, great job you've done. Senator Roger Wicker. Where's Roger? Roger right here. Roger, come here, Roger. Give me five. You've been a tremendous help. Senator,
such a bad guy,
and we can almost say Senator-elect. You want to know the truth, but you have been there and you've done a great job. And hopefully it will be Senator-elect, because tomorrow we're going to elect her. And we have a tremendous race going on, and Cindy Hyde-Smith has been fantastic.
About time.
Not only a great candidate, but she's been really an outstanding person in Washington for the short time and now for a long time, for many years, we hope, Cindy. So good luck tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow. Senator Lindsey Graham was my friend and done a fantastic job, especially with the hearings on Justice Kavanaugh. That was an amazing moment, I will tell you. Jared Kushner has worked so hard on what we're here about tonight. Jared, thank you. Fantastic job. And a number of the tremendous Mississippi law enforcement leaders who will be talking in a little while. I think we're going to be hearing some of their comments and suggestions, Phil, and I look forward to that. The First Step Act has been a great bipartisan effort, and I look forward to continuing to be partners with Cindy and all of the people, Roger, the people of Mississippi who have worked so hard on legislation, and this legislation in particular. What we'll have here is communities will be safer by helping inmates gain the skills that they need to obtain jobs and stay out of prison after they are released, which has been a tremendous topic. I think we've helped a lot because the economy is so good that a lot of people that would not have had a chance, Phil, you know this, that they would not have had a chance, are now getting jobs. And the people that are hiring these people are saying some incredible things.
Absolutely.
I guess not a...
On that note, I first of all would like to extend belated Thanksgiving greetings to the First Lady, and of course the man himself. Poor carrots. Well, too bad. Was he tasty? I don't know. Anyways, again, my name is Robert Kane. I am the host of this YouTube channel. It's called The Devil's Advocate. I've named it that, by the way, specifically for a reason. It really has nothing to do, and forgive the very provocative, kind of iron crossish, biker crossish looking thing with the naked devil chick in there. I thought that just might pop some eyes, and I've always fancied myself an entrepreneur, and I have a little bit of a story to share. About myself. I'm gonna try not to get too overzealous here. I come from a very abusive home. I found myself in the system, as it were, as a youngster. And for many, many, many years, it was a revolving door for me. like Jesse Ventura, actually, and also as well, I've never thought of drug addiction as something to be considered as a crime, or, you know, I've always thought of it as a sickness. And I also, I'd like to extend my most sincere respects to wanting to implement and pass this law. I think it's so important that everyone who wants to strive for change is given that very opportunity. Unfortunately, Canada is reverting back to its very, very old ways, even becoming post-American, if you will, and I don't mean that as a pun, but I truly mean post-American. I'm not talking about currently as we go along, I'm talking about post-American. I think you all know what I'm speaking of. So I'm not going to bother jargoning you with history. If you don't know about prison, just stay the fuck away from it. It's not for anyone. Basically, what I can say is if it wouldn't have been for my math teacher, Mr. Densel, Todd Sycamore, my welding shop teacher at Joyceville Correctional Institute, I may have not had any motivation to again pick up and try to do the right things in life. The justice system here in Canada is quite different. Heck, in the U.S., you can make bail within 7 hours on a misdemeanor, or even some felonies. Now, here in Canada, in some small towns and some parts of the province, they have up to 3 people in a cell at a time. Triple bunking, it's called, and it's by the way, it's against our Charter of Rights. Sadly enough, by the way, this practice comes from places like Mexico, Colombia, then fell over into the some European reforms, and of course into the U.S. As is in some states. Although in a lot of states now they totally frown upon that practice. Here in Canada, they seem to have picked it up and think, putting 3 guys in a cell who may not always get along or don't like each other at all, in a small shoebox-like cell, is mentally healthy. If you take a really, really good look at some of the postmodern prisons in Europe, Eastern Europe, there are murderers walking out after 15 years, 18 years, with law degrees, and then becoming paralegals. There are drug dealers who became very good with numbers because of that. Of course, that trade, you have to be very good with numbers. They came out with accounting degrees. And then, either open their own firms, or went on to work for tax agencies, even some levels of lower government after getting pardons or whatever. Again, this is my response. To a to a media network out there. Watch and learn. Watch and learn. It won't do you any good. It won't matter. What will come will come. You understand? If there are emails of Hillary Clinton's, which I know, okay, and believe me, like I said, she hasn't seen nothing yet. I'm waiting for Robert Mueller. Oh yeah. I'm waiting on you, Rob. And then I am gonna pull it down on your fucking head. You're not gonna like it. If I'm bluffing, I'll fucking hang myself live. Right? I want Mr. Mueller to understand something. That there are people out there in this world. Who needs a pen, Mr. Mueller, when you have one of these? The keyboard is mightier than the gun. Okay? The First Step Act, wanting GM to just simply come back home to where actually, and by the way, Mr. Trump, I am going to call you out on something. One of the longest standing General Motors plants was right here in Oshawa, Canada. So, back up, Buster. Don't call me fake news, Buster. Don't do it, Buster. See there, everyone at CNN, I can even go like this, right, Mister? Hey, guy, you fucking Trump guy. See, to me, I can be, very, very unbiased. Very unbiased. Okay. Here's the thing. Ask the American people. In your blatant opinion, has CNN come across as very unbiased to you? In regards to your current president? Ask yourselves that question. Ask yourselves that question. Please comment on the video below. Comment. I want comments. I'll seek comments out. Bombard this video every freaking neck of the woods, but I want some comments. Nick Stopler, this is out to you, by the way. Get on this channel, subscribe to my channel. We gotta get our Shindo going on. I gotta start doing some martial arts videos and stuff. I gotta get back to the gym myself. Here's the deal, with what happened in Mexico. Again, even I wouldn't call it a caravan. A whole bunch of frigging crazy people attacking law enforcement officers and military officials with rocks and sticks and... Do you call that... Jim Augusta, do you call that a caravan? Is that what you call that? Jim Augusta, I'm talking to you. Yeah, now I'm giving you your day in court, eh? I'm giving you your day in court right here and now. You call what happened a few days ago a caravan? A caravan. So it wasn't an attempted, in my opinion, downright illegal border crossing by a mob. I have nothing further to say to you, Jim. And I don't think Mr. Trump has anything left to say to you either. Shame on you. And shame on the network that employs you. But I will no longer lower myself to your level. I'll go even lower. And that's why, Mr. Mueller, I'm a very humble man. I live in a very small place, you know. I have it's a OnePlus, you know. But I also wear $200 shirts, $1,000 sports blazers, $200 khakis, $600 shoes. Woo! That's right, Ninja boy. Did I hear? No, I won't do my Ric Flair now. But anyways, the bottom line, Mr. Mueller. I'm waiting on you. I've got something by the way, Mr. Mueller, if you come across this video, I'd urge you to contact me in private discussions. Send me a private message. And I'd love to respond to you and actually send you copies of something. Mr. Trump, Mr. President, if you would like me to forward those to you before I send them to him, Donald, just ask me. Give me the time of day at least. I'd send you copies of partitions of it, okay? And I'll even send you the top half so you know it's completely legit and everything. And you'd know where the source came from. If you let that out, I'd disown you like a broken racehorse, okay? Like a racehorse with a broken leg. Donald, I would disown your ass in a fucking heartbeat. So that means even if they waterboarded you or something, I'd be terribly disappointed. Anyway, getting past all that rhetoric, here I am. Waiting. Got a few things to do. I think the First Step Act is absolutely an amazing idea. Not just for the economy, for the American people. My name is Robert Kane, and I am your host of The Devil's Advocate. Happy holidays.